What is up, everybody? It's Animac here for AnimeUproar, and today I will be talking about the single biggest secret in Attack on Titan. The one mystery that ties everything else together, and the one missing piece that can explain all of the burning, unanswered questions in the Attack on Titan anime and manga. I am referring to the greatest power in all of Attack on Titan. The power that makes Titan transformations, memory manipulation, and all the other supernatural aspects of the series possible. And if you haven't guessed already, in this video I will be breaking down everything that we know about the paths, the coordinate, and the progenitor Ymir Fritz in order to unravel the biggest mystery in the series, a mystery that hasn't been solved for nearly 2,000 years. If you enjoy the Attack on Titan content on this channel and you want to see more, you can leave a like to let me know. And if you happen to be new to AnimeUproar, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on all notifications so you never miss another Attack on Titan upload. A big shout out to the AnimeUproar patrons who make videos like this one possible. I'll talk a bit more about them at the end of this video, but now let's get into it. Just remember, there will be spoilers in this video. I will be delving into all the latest developments in the Attack on Titan story, so please proceed with caution. You have been warned. The paths are arguably the single biggest unknown in Attack on Titan. And as the story has progressed, we as the readers and viewers have been learning about them at the same time as the main characters in the story. These paths lie at the center of everything, including the origins of Titan powers, the true identity of Ymir Fritz, and all the time and space bending phenomena that we have been witnessing in Attack on Titan. So what do we know about these paths so far? We know that these are supernatural channels that connect every Eldian, including Titans, to each other. All the paths come together at the coordinate, and this coordinate is the founding Titan power. This means that the founding Titan is directly connected to all Eldians, also known as the subjects of Ymir, and as a result, when the founding Titan power is possessed by someone with royal blood, this person can alter the memories of Eldians, change their physical composition, turn them into Titans, and so on. The paths can somehow transport things instantly through space and seemingly even through time. On top of somehow being able to transport physical objects such as flesh and bones whenever a Titan transformation occurs, the paths can also transfer memories. For example, the memories of previous Titan shifters will be passed on to the current Titan shifter after he inherits that specific power. For some reason, how well the memories are transferred from one shifter to another depends on how close they are to the previous shifter. If the two are blood related, such as Grisha and Eren, the memories will be clearer. But if the two individuals are unrelated, the memories will be much less clear. As an additional example, we know that whenever a member of the royal bloodline inherits the founding Titan power, they become bound by the vow of pacifism. However, if someone who does not have royal blood inherits the founder, the vow of pacifism does not have any effect on them. While we know that the paths connect all Eldians or subjects of Ymir to the coordinate, and while we know that other nations like Marleyans are ordinary humans who are not connected by these paths, the Ackerman clan, who are a minority bloodline, are also connected to each other by some type of path. As a result, whenever an Ackerman goes through their awakening, they inherit the battle experience of all of the other Ackermans who lived before them. For example, it is clear that Mikasa's own awakening back when she was still a child involved paths. Her awakening is clearly followed by the same type of lightning-esque visual effect that accompanies Titan transformations. This is because the Ackerman clan is a byproduct of Titan science. We first learned this in chapter 93 of the manga, although it is not immediately clear what this means exactly. Over the course of the story, it is revealed that in the past, the Ackermans were a clan of elite fighters who served as the bodyguards to the royal Fritz family. So it is implied that similar technology or magic, whichever it is, that was used to create the Titans was also used to create the Ackermans. However, although the Ackermans are definitely connected to each other by paths, these paths appear to be distinct from the ones connecting all the subjects of Ymir to the founding Titan. As a result, the founding Titan cannot turn the Ackermans into Titans or manipulate their memories in any way. It has been clearly established that the paths are invisible networks that somehow transcend physical space, but over the course of the story, it has become apparent that the paths transcend time as well. For example, the owl Eren Kruger had memories of Mikasa and Armin before they were even born. On top of that, in chapter 120, when Zeke and Eren take a trip through Grisha's memories, Grisha is able to sense and actually see Zeke as an adult. This means that many years ago, Grisha had an experience in which he saw a glimpse of Zeke from the future, which again proves that the paths can transcend time and that as a result of the paths, the future can have a direct effect on the past. In recent chapters of the Attack on Titan story, a lot more information was revealed about the paths, the coordinate, and Ymir Fritz. Although more information will likely come out in the future, we must discuss all of the new information right here because some of this changes everything we thought we knew about the history of the Eldians and the world of Attack on Titan. In chapter 120, after Eren's head is severed from his body by Gabby's bullet, Zeke manages to make contact with the head, and because Zeke has royal blood and Eren has the founding Titan power, the two of them are transported to an unknown land, a place that is seemingly beyond space and time. This land is seemingly covered with sand or some other type of soft soil, and the paths are shown as a great pillar of light rising up into the sky and branching out like a giant tree. According to Zeke, he felt as if he was there for years waiting for Eren to awaken, but at the same time he also feels like it's only been an instant. It is then revealed that a young girl inhabits this place, and Zeke believes this to be Ymir Fritz herself. However, based on everything that we've known up to this point, we believed that Ymir Fritz was a great leader of the Eldian people. She was the progenitor who possessed all 9 Titan powers and established the vast Eldian Empire. According to Eldian legend, she was a benevolent goddess, and according to Marleyan history, she was an evil, devilish creature. But no matter who you ask, Ymir Fritz was believed to be an incredibly powerful and influential ruler. Nevertheless, all of these beliefs and stories are turned upside down in chapter 120, as Zeke says that the Ymir Fritz who inhabits the unknown land, the land which seems to serve as the visual representation of the coordinate, is actually a slave with no will of her own. Zeke believes that Ymir is just a slave compelled to obey the Fritz royal family, and he thinks that all members of the royal family who inherit the founding Titan power come to this unknown land in order to command Ymir Fritz to do their bidding. So for example, when Karl Fritz decided to manipulate the memories of all Eldians in Paradise, he came to this unknown land and commanded Ymir to make it happen. Zeke also speculates that whenever anyone transforms into a Titan, Ymir sculpts the Titan right here out of this special soil. But because this place seems to be outside of time and space, the Titan transformation appears to take place instantly within the physical world. As of chapter 120, it appears that Zeke is the only one who can command Ymir as a result of his royal blood. Even though the power of the founding Titan currently resides within Eren, he cannot command Ymir because he doesn't have royal blood. But because Zeke came here without actually having the power of the founding Titan within him, but instead he entered this place because he came into contact with Eren's blood, Zeke was apparently able to overcome the vow of pacifism, which restrains all other holders of the founding Titan with royal blood. And while our information on Ymir Fritz and the coordinate is by no means complete, the fact that Zeke is able to overcome the vow of pacifism is a huge reveal. Also, the fact that Ymir Fritz, the legendary progenitor, is actually a slave without a will of her own is shocking to say the least. I still don't quite believe it personally. I think that this Ymir, who is a slave and who no longer has a will of her own, may just be one part of Ymir Fritz. Some small part of her that didn't die when her physical body died. But I find it hard to believe that the legendary Ymir was always nothing but a slave. Although if that is true, then it is clear that everything we think we know about the history of the Attack on Titan world is completely wrong. We now know that all Eldians are connected by the paths, we know that all these paths come together at the coordinate, and we know that the coordinate's visual representation is an unknown land beyond space and time which features a giant tree-like pillar of light and Ymir Fritz, who seemingly wanders without a will of her own and uses the soil to construct and reconstruct Titans. Because the paths transcend both space and time, Titan transformations are able to violate the laws of science by allowing physical material to be transported instantly from the unknown land to wherever the transformation is taking place physically. We also know that there are separate Ackerman paths which connect the battle experiences of all past Ackermans to the currently living ones. But these paths are not directly linked to the paths that connect the Eldians. It appears that only those with royal blood can use the founding Titan power because Ymir obeys only members of the royal Fritz family. And it also appears that the vow of pacifism can be avoided if someone with royal blood is able to enter the unknown land without actually possessing the founding titan power. Basically, if they can reach the coordinate by making direct contact with someone else who has the founding titan power, and in Zeke's case, this is Eren Yeager. But there is still a lot that we don't know, such as how Ymir Fritz became a slave without a will of her own, and how the paths were created in the first place. Was it some sort of ancient magic ritual that created them? Was it a fantastical science experiment? Or was it really a divine being like the Earth Devil who gave the power to Ymir as legend suggests? And if so, who in the world was this Earth Devil and where is this creature now? We will likely get a lot more information in the coming months, and if we do get some major reveals, I will definitely make an update video. But for now, I want to bring everyone's attention to something. As you may or may not know, Attack on Titan is full of direct references to Norse mythology, and even the name Ymir comes from Norse mythology, in which Ymir is a primeval being and the progenitor of the Jotnar, who are sometimes referred to as the Giants. It's easy to see the direct similarity between the Norse Ymir and the Giants, and Ymir Fritz and the Titans. But beyond that, I believe that the Tree of Light that we saw in chapter 120 is a direct reference to Yggdrasil, the mythical world tree in Norse mythology that connects the 9 worlds. Think about it, in Nordic legends, Yggdrasil is basically the coordinate that connects the 9 worlds of Norse mythology. And in Attack on Titan, the tree-like coordinate connects all the subjects of Ymir. And just like there are 9 worlds in Norse mythology, there are 9 Titan Shifter powers in Attack on Titan. On top of that, in Norse mythology, there are beings called gnomes. These are female giants who control destiny or fate. The 3 most important of the gnomes are believed to stand at the Well of Fate. They draw water from the well and take the sand that lies around it, and then they pour the water and the sand over the Yggdrasil tree so that its branches will not rot. These 3 gnomes are described as powerful maiden giantesses, Jotun, whose arrival from Jotunheim ended the golden age of the gods. The domain of these gnomes transcends time because they control destiny, and destiny includes the past, the present, and the future. So we have these timeless giantesses who draw water and sand and pour it over Yggdrasil. And we have Ymir Fritz, who dwells in the unknown land beyond time and space and uses water and some type of sand to construct the bodies of the Titans. To me personally, these similarities are pretty stunning. And since it is clear that Attack on Titan is heavily inspired by Norse mythology, we can look to Norse mythology for potential clues for how the story of Attack on Titan will ultimately end. Hajime Isayama has mentioned multiple times that the story of Attack on Titan is a tragic one, and what is more befitting of such a description in Norse mythology than Ragnarok, the prophecy of an apocalyptic series of events that will lead to a great war, to the deaths of many including gods themselves, and to natural disasters that will destroy the entire world. After these cataclysmic events, the world will be renewed and 2 human survivors will repopulate the Earth once again. Although we've always known that Attack on Titan is heavily influenced by Norse mythology, these most recent revelations about the paths, the coordinate, the unknown land, and Ymir Fritz really emphasize the connection between Attack on Titan and Nordic mythology. We will have to wait and see how the series eventually ends, and although I am sure that we will see a lot more stunning twists and revelations before the end, if I was asked to predict how Attack on Titan would end, the first thing I would look to would be Ragnarok. We can expect a lot of death and destruction, perhaps the death of the gods themselves, or their equivalent in Attack on Titan, which is of course the Titans and Ymir Fritz. And then, finally, a sliver of hope for a new and better world will emerge after a lot of destruction and suffering. But that is my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. What other revelations do you think that we will get about the paths and Ymir Fritz? And how do you think that the story of Attack on Titan will ultimately end? Let me know down in the comments. I always like hearing from you. If you enjoyed the Attack on Titan content on this channel and you want to see more, you can leave a like to let me know. And if you're new to AnimeUproar, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I want to give a huge thank you to all of our AnimeUproar patrons for supporting our work and making our work possible. A special thank you to all of our Pro Hero tier patrons, including the one and only Gilgamesh, Nothing But a Fan, Jason Wilson, King Zeldris, and Angel Cruz. Another massive thank you to our The One tier patrons, the ones who stand above all other clans, including Baby Ray, Ace, Ingrata, Alolanadam, Maddie Mac, Makotakun, and Keelan. And finally, at the very pinnacle of interdimensional greatness, a tier reserved only for legends. A massive thank you to Reagan Harrison and Lord Nuxanor, disciples of Lord Twigo himself. If you feel that our content provides value for you and you want to support more, be sure to check out our Patreon, link in the description. Even a single dollar will give you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, and your name will appear in our videos along with these amazing people. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.